Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So I just returned home from running a few errands. I happened to drive by a construction site dumpster, and as you can see behind me, I was able to find a number of great scrappable items. So I am going to go through the items that I found, as well as answer a few questions I've had from some of my viewers. I also, before I begin, want to take this opportunity to wish all of my viewers and subscribers a very healthy and happy 2022. I appreciate all the kind words and support that I've received in my last year. I look forward to putting forth more videos and, more importantly, growing as a channel and helping fellow scrappers identify and sort their material, maximize their profit, and work together to help reduce the amount of natural resources going to the landfill. So again, thank you for all of the support. I wish you all the best. Happy New Year. So first thing I am going to talk about is, as you can see, I have a lot of aluminum siding. This was actually very large. I actually had to cut it up in order to put it in the camera here. Luckily, I was able to put it on in my truck. And the nice thing about aluminum siding and e-straws at a scrapyard, it is one category. And currently right now in London, Ontario, it is going for 95 cents a pound Canadian. As you can see, it comes in different colors. Here I have white paint on this side. There is gray on this one. This was actually the colors that were used for that house. But there was also, as you can see over here, some black siding. There's a little bit lighter or darker brown. And a lot of times, workers, once they're done their job, if there's any excess and they can't put it into their vehicle, they will throw it in the dumpster. So that was a great find for me. There is actually 33 pounds here. So an awesome score at 95 cents a pound. You do want to be careful when you bring this in. This is all going to be clean. Some people will bring it in. If there is screws in it or caulking, you are going to lose value in it. They're going to give you lower price. So you do have to be careful about that. As well, a lot of times when people are redoing their house, some e-straw and siding, if it is heavily worn or beat up or damaged, it is also going to be a lower value. So you do want to make sure that it's free of caulking, clean, screws are out of it, and that will get you your 95 cents a pound. So a great score there. All of your aluminum e-straws and sidings will go together. So that's awesome. Second thing I found, I did find a little bit of, it looks like a frame, very large. This is going to go into my tin pile or shred. I have a couple of miscellaneous pieces that were thrown in the dumpster as well. Not too sure what this was for, but about 7 pounds of tin shred here, which is great. And when I refer to tin shred, it depends on where you're from. Some people will look at it as, or classify it as light iron. Tin shred is two separate words. Sometimes you will see shred on your ticket, sometimes you'll see tin. And it depends on the thickness of your metal. In order for it to be classified as steel, steel is usually more of your structural beams. It is thicker than 1/4 inch. So things like I-beams, things like trampoline poles, those are bigger than 1/4 inch. Those are going to be steel and a little bit higher in value. Tin shred right now is at a great price though. It's about 10 to 13 cents a pound. A lot of tin shred you're going to find while scrapping your outer parts of microwaves, your doors from washing machines, for example. A lot of times at job sites, you'll see little pieces coming off of the furnace. So it all adds up. It's a great thing. Does not take a lot to build up weight and get a good price for now. So tin shred. I also found a little bit of Romex wire. A lot of times electricians will throw out the excess pieces. I didn't find a lot, but it all adds up and it is still a great score. So as you can see, this piece I have not touched yet. If I was to bring this piece in, this would be classified at a scrapyard as 40% copper recovery. And the reason we call this 40% copper recovery is because it has an outer coating of plastic. Inside, you can see I've already ripped it open. There are 2 wires here that have additional coating. Because there is more coating, less copper recovery, this is going to go for, what we call, as I said, 40% copper recovery, and currently $1.23 a pound. This stuff is very easy to upgrade and maximize profit by just actually removing the outer coating. You can put this from 40% copper recovery to 60. All you do is just take a knife, start it, grab the piece of wire, and just go right down the plastic cable, as you can see there, and the outer coating will come off. It's almost like peeling a banana, if you will. And what you are left with is, unfortunately, a little bit of garbage. But now I have some really nice #1 copper wire. This copper wire is actually #1 price is right now about $4.85 a pound Canadian. I also have 2 wires here now that only have 1 coating of plastic. So this is now going to be 60% copper recovery and go from $1.23 a pound to $2.03 a pound. So maximize there. However, when it comes to Romex, you definitely want to take the step further and further strip this. I have a wire stripper. I love this thing. I use it all the time. I have done it by hand before as well. It's obviously more time consuming, but it can be done. And this stuff is well worth your time to take off the coating and upgrade this to #1 as well. So Romex wire, as I said, have a little bit of it. I also had a little bit of copper, which is great. This is a great score. Obviously, this is a scrapper's gold, if you will. And I want to answer one of the questions I've had from a viewer. As you can see, both of these pieces I actually found. But if I look at the colors are different. This one is a little bit more tarnished. This one is shiny. And one of my viewers asked if copper pipes could be bare bright. And the answer is no, unfortunately. When we talk about bare bright only pertains to copper wire. And copper wire has to be thicker than 16 gauge, which is the thickness of the lead of a pencil. And if I was to look at that, this one I would say is pretty close to bare bright. This one definitely is. Here is another piece. Unfortunately, this one has a little bit of tarnish on it, so this would not be bare bright. Bare bright is worth about 6 cents more a pound, so it's not a lot more, but it definitely adds up, especially if you have a lot of it. When we talk about pipes, however, it doesn't matter how shiny and new it is. Pipes, the max category you're going to get is #1 copper. So both of these are going to be #1 copper. If there was soldering on it or paint on it, that would be #2 copper. So you definitely want to make sure you sort them and separate them. If I had a little bit of soldering here, I would definitely cut that piece off, put the #2 aside, and put the rest of it in #1. But again, there is your answer. Copper pipes are not bare bright. Doesn't matter how clean they are. Bare bright only pertains to copper wire. Last thing I do want to say, that is all I found here, but I do want to take the last opportunity to answer a question about aluminum heat sinks. I had a viewer ask me about an item they found on a circuit board. They weren't sure if it was aluminum because it was painted black. And what I've done for this is, here is a circuit board that you see, and what I believe the viewer was talking about was something like this. As you can see, both of them are quite similar. These are both aluminum heat sinks. Aluminum heat sinks are found on all types of circuit boards, different sizes, and they're not always going to be the nice metallic look. So there's a black one. I have a blue one here. I have a green one here. I have gold. I have red. So they come in different colors. And the nice thing about aluminum heat sinks is these aluminum heat sinks can actually be put into a category at a scrapyard called extrusion. Extrusion is a form of aluminum category at a scrapyard and is currently going for right now $1.56 a pound Canadian, which is a great, great price. And extrusion is not to be mixed with clean aluminum. For example, this is another aluminum heat sink you can see here. This one just very smooth and straight. Extrusion is type of aluminum that looks like it's been put through a press. So your screen, the frame from your window screens, your tracks from your showers, for example, those look like they've been put through a press. They've got a lot of grooves in them. Those are extrusion. So the same thing with aluminum heat sinks. If I take these up to the camera, you can see that it looks like it's been put through a press. That is extrusion. So you definitely want to separate it from, for example, your clean, because this you're only going to get about 45 cents a pound. And while that's still a great price, you do want to check, because there are different sizes of heat sinks. The greatest ones you're going to get, the aluminum heat sinks, are off of your motherboards from your computer towers. Those can be very heavy. Flat screen, the large flat screens have nice heavy aluminum heat sinks as well. There's some electronic and appliances that have them. So they definitely add up in weight. They are a great source of aluminum extrusion. So definitely want to make sure you separate those. So to answer that question, yes, this is aluminum. It is an aluminum heat sink, and it would go in extrusion. Okay, so hopefully that answered that question. I look forward to answering any more. I will do my best to keep those questions coming. Like working together. Again, hope you enjoyed the video, a short one, but I definitely wanted to take the opportunity to thank all of my viewers and subscribers. Wish everybody a happy new year. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.